Hi there, welcome to the Whitesboro Public Library. Thank you for joining us again. Today, we're going to read a story that's based on true events, which means, although the story might not be exactly to the events that happened, it's based on a true story, which means they did happen. This story did happen. And the story is 10 Rubber Ducks. Eric Carle is our author. The story took place way long ago, but it really did. It's based on true events, so it really did happen. So as I read it today, just imagine how these little rubber ducks must have felt. So we're going to start at the very beginning. Clickety clack goes the rubber duck machine. Here. Out pops a little yellow rubber duck, one after the other, after the other, after the other. The little rubber ducks are painted. Bills are red and eyes are blue. Sure enough. Look, they're actually using paintbrushes to paint bills. They are packed 10 to a box. And off they go. They're put on a truck. They're put in boxes and they're put on a truck and off they go. Then they're loaded onto cargo ships. Hello, cries the captain. The gentleman loading the ducks onto the ship. And the captain and his cargo ship take off. They take off with the little rubber ducks and they go across the wide sea to faraway countries. To faraway countries. See him kind of being like a sea ship. Now I found that, like if I were on a sea ship. Better stop doing that, I might get seasick. And then suddenly, oh my, suddenly a storm churns up the water and makes big waves. A strong wind rushes across the ship. Makes it very rough. Big waves take all the cargo, just wash them right off that ship, and look. A box opens and 10 rubber ducks go floating out in the ocean. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think there might be 11 there, but they're out there on the ocean. Just floating. After some time, the storm calms down and the 10 little rubber ducks just bob in the wide open waters. For as far as one can see, only water and sky. Water and sky. 10 little rubber ducks start to drift apart, as they would just floating around in the ocean. The first rubber duck, why, it drifted west, and a dolphin jumped over it. The second rubber duck drifted to the east, and a seal barked at it. See the seal? Look, and it drifted under a rainbow. The third little rubber duck, why, it drifted north up to where the cold weather is, and a polar bear growled at it. The fourth rubber duck, it drifted south. Look at that, a flamingo. A flamingo just stared at it, thinking, that's an odd little duck. Well, what comes after 4? 5. The fifth rubber duck drifted to the left and a pelican chattered at it. The sixth rubber duck, he drifted to the right and a turtle glided right past it. The seventh rubber duck. What is that? Can you tell me what that is? The 7th rubber duck drifted up and an octopus just blinked at it. The 8th rubber duck, why, it drifted down and a seagull screeched at it. Wah, wah. Still have the little red beaks and their blue eyes. The 9th rubber duck, well, it drifted this way and that, and a whale sang to it. Look at that ginormous whale. And the 10th rubber duck, well, he drifted this way and that way, bobbing and floating into the big wide sea. The sun setting, it was getting dark. Let's see. The next morning, the 10th little rubber duck meets a mother duck and her ducklings. And the mother duck says to the 10th rubber duck, says, quack, quack. Here are her little ducklings, quack, 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 quack. See the 10th duck? It looks a little different, doesn't it? A little bit bigger. These little bitty ducks, and here's this one. That mother duck is looking at that 10th duck. She's the end of the day. The sun begins to set again. The mother duck and her ducklings swam towards her nest, and the little 10th duck just floated right along with them. Look at that. Good night, says the moon. Quack, 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 says the mother duck. Quack, 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 says the little ducklings. Squeak, 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 says that rubber duck. They never knew. A family of ducks ended up with a rubber duck. And that is based on a true story. That really happened. How exciting is that? I don't think it was one of our little rubber ducks that ended up with that duck family, but that sure would have been fun to see a little duck family swimming with a little rubber duck. Can you imagine getting lost out in the ocean? I'm sure glad that mama duck, that family found those that little rubber duck. That would have been awful to have those little ducks floating around out there forever. The ocean is big, isn't it? Well, that was our story today. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you sharing your time with us. And we will see you next week. And until then, remember, it's time to say goodbye to our friends. It's time to say goodbye to our friends. Story time is done today. It's time to say goodbye and say it's time to say goodbye to our friends. And don't forget, washy, washy, washy. Don't forget to wash your hands. Be safe. Take care. We'll see you next week.